Hi, hello, good evening. Welcome back to National AS Academy. Dear friends, we have already discussed so far 180 important topics from UPSC Civil Services 2023 Prelims perspective, and we are meeting once again here for the 19th time. And in today's class, we shall be covering from topic number 181 to 190. Today, too, we have some significant topics from Prelims perspective at least. I hope you all have been preparing really well for your upcoming prelims. So today we shall be covering some of the important schemes of the central government and also few important indices and important international institutions. So let's begin. First we have something about a district named Mandla. See, two things here become important. What is it, or to which state this particular district belongs? And the second point is, why was it in news? What significant achievement has this district made? So if these two contexts are known, then it is very easy to answer any question related to this particular topic. Alright, so firstly, Mandla is in Madhya Pradesh, MP. M for Madhya Pradesh. Mandla is in Madhya Pradesh. It's a district in Madhya Pradesh. First point. Second point, why was it in news? It has been declared as India's first fully functional literate district. It has been declared as India's first, please remember, India's first fully functionally literate district. Right? So there are a few differences, basic differences between being literate and being functionally literate. Literate and illiterate both are opposite. A person who can both read as well as write is called as a literate person. A person who cannot read, who either cannot read or obviously if he cannot read, he cannot write. So such people are called as illiterate people. So these two are opposite words. But what do you mean by functionally literate? If a person in any place is able to use his reading skills or writing skills for day-to-day activities, if he has learned enough to read as well as write to carry on or carry out his day-to-day functional things, like it might be going to bank, it might be filling up his own form, it might be conveying whatever he wants to the concerned authority. So this is called as being functionally literate. So literate is one thing and being functionally literate is one thing. You're getting the difference, right? That is how it works. So in this context, Mandla, which is a district in Madhya Pradesh, has emerged as India's first fully functionally literate district. So the question might be asked in three ways. Firstly, Mandla, a district in Madhya Pradesh, which was in news recently for question mark. The options might be like it recently achieved 100% digitization. Second option could be it has emerged as India's first fully functionally literate district. Third one, recently a new scheme of Government of India was implemented here. So like that, the options might be given. The right answer would be it has emerged as India's first fully functionally literate district. This is one kind of question. Second, it can be asked also in this way. What is the basic difference between functionally literate and being literate? Or what is the basic difference between functional literacy, functional literacy and just literacy? Right? So this is how a question can be framed with respect to this particular topic. So basically, you should know two key points. One is where is this Mandla located? It is in the state of Madhya Pradesh. And second one, why was it in news? It has emerged as India's first functionally literate district. Right? That's more than sufficient. Next, we have something about PM eVIDYA. So the question might be like this. Once again, who has launched this PM eVIDYA? When was it launched? And what was the basic objective of PM eVIDYA? And next, why was it in news recently? Let us take up things one by one. Firstly, PM eVIDYA has been launched by Ministry of Education in the year 2020. First point is clear. PM eVIDYA This scheme was launched by Ministry of Education in the year 2020. Right? Second, it was launched as a part of Government of India's Atma Bharat Abhiyan, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. It was launched as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Second point. Third one, why was it in news recently? See, it was in news in the year 2021 because it has been awarded, award named King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize by whom? The UNESCO. Right? The context was UNESCO has awarded PM eVIDYA with a prize which is known as the King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize. This prize was initiated in the year 2005 by UNESCO. It is named after the King of Bahrain. Right? It carries $25,000 cash reward and a certificate. Right? So, what did you get? What did you understand? Firstly, PM eVIDYA was a Yojana or scheme launched by Ministry of Education in the year 2020, and it was launched as part of Union Government's Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, and it was in news in the year 2021 because UNESCO has awarded PM eVIDYA with a prize which is known as King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize. This prize has been named after the King of Bahrain. Right? So what is PM eVIDYA? It has the objective or goal to provide enhanced learning opportunities to nearly 3.7 crore students in higher education, and also expand e-learning by liberalizing open distance and online education regulatory framework. Top 100 universities will be starting online courses, and online components in conventional universities and ODL programs shall also be raised from 20% to 40%. So this is the basic objective of PM eVIDYA program. So like I said, the King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize has been given by UNESCO, and it was established in the year 2005 with the support of Kingdom of Bahrain, and it basically aims to expand educational and lifelong learning opportunities for all in line with the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its goal number 4, which is on education. Right? Next is Anganwadi Services Scheme. It was in news recently because many complaints have been raised against the improper implementation of this particular scheme. This has been being managed by which ministry? The Ministry for Women and Child Development. Right. So, if you look at the important key points related to Anganwadi Services Scheme, it is for early childhood care. Anganwadi Services Scheme. Firstly, remember it's a part of ICDS, that is Integrated Child Development Scheme. It has been brought under the purview of Integrated Child Development Scheme, and this scheme is concerned with early childhood care and development. And the beneficiaries under the scheme are children in the age group of 0 to 6 years, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. And what does it seek to provide? It provides a package of 6 services. Which are the 6 services? They are supplementary nutrition, preschool non-formal education, nutrition and health education, immunization, health checkup, and referral services. Right? Here, supplementary nutrition includes take-home ration, hot cooked meal, and morning snacks, and also it holds many importance for many vulnerable households as it impacts the nutritional outcome of the children. Next, we have sample registration system statistical report, which was released recently. But before discussing about the sample registration system or SRS, please let us have a brief overview of important key findings. According to the latest SRS report, which was released in 2020, India's IMR, that is infant mortality rate, under 5 mortality rate, and neonatal mortality rate all of these have significantly decreased compared to which data? 2014 data. And the nation is currently on track to meet the sustainable development goals by 2030, right? From 30 per thousand live birth in 2019 to 28 per thousand live birth in 2020, the IMR, that is infant mortality rate, has decreased by 2 points, and this is definitely significant. All right. So the rate of decline. All right. The rate of, once again, yes. Yes, the rate of decline is 6.7% annually. The gap between rural and urban areas has shrunk to 12 points. And as per the data, females experience a higher rate of under 5 mortality than the men. And looking at the data, under 5 mortality rate with respect to male fell by 4 points and female fell by 3 points. Right? This is about the sample registration system. Next thing, what is SRS? See, it's a demographic survey. Basically, it's a sample registration system is a demographic survey. It aims to provide reliable annual estimates of IMR, that is infant mortality rate, as well as birth rate, death rate, and other fertility and mortality indicators at the national and subnational levels. It was initiated by the Registrar General of India in the year 1964 and 65, and it became fully operational, which means initially when it was introduced in the year 1964, it was only confined to few states in India, but it was implemented nationwide and became fully operational in the years 1969 and 1970. Please remember, SRS is an initiative initiated by the Registrar General of India. Please comment in the comment box below. Registrar General of India comes under which Ministry of Government of India, right? Next, we have something called as a Tele-MANAS. What is it? Basically, it seeks to offer free telemental health treatments with a focus on those who live in isolated or undeserved areas. It's an initiative of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It was launched in the year 2022. Right? The nodal center shall be NIMANS, and technical support will be provided by the National Health System Resource Center, IIT Bangalore, and IIIT Bangalore. Right? So under this program, callers will be able to choose their preferred language for service delivery by dialing the toll-free number, that is 14416, which is open 24 hours a day. And as per this initiative, each state must have at least one Tele-MANAS cell unit, right? So what is the need for this? Friends, please remember, this present scenario or present situation is definitely a cause for concern, because in India, as per the latest data, 13.7% of people suffer from mental illnesses. This is as per the National Mental Health Survey. And also 28% of global suicides occur in India, and this is mainly because of mental sickness or mental illness. But the real concern is here, that is with respect to access to mental health care. 49% of Indians who suffered from various kinds of mental health issues, out of them only 49% had a mental health facility within 20-kilometer radius. Apart from that, 26% reported no mental health facility within 50 kilometers of radius. Plus, 57% of people, those who are suffering from mental illness, are not aware of any reason with mental illness, and 28% did not consider suicide to be associated with mental illness. Right? So, to address all these issues, the Government of India launched Tele-MANAS in the year 2022. So it provides a toll-free number, and those who are suffering from various kinds of mental illnesses, they can dial this number and get diagnosed for free of cost. Next, diethylene glycol poisoning. It was in news because the Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, under which ministry? The Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, has issued a gadget notification titled Ethylene Glycol Quality Control Order 2022. So the context might not be that much relevant for UPSC prelims, but yes, of course, ethylene glycol should be relevant, and it can be connected to science and technology. So let us look at some of the basic facts related to ethylene glycol. What is it? It is a colorless, odorless alcoholic compound. Please remember, it is a odorless alcoholic compound. It can be found in many consumer products such as ballpoint pens, solvents, paints, plastics, etc. And it is sweetish syrupy. It's called as its basic feature includes it is sweetish syrupy, which means it is a viscous liquid at room temperature, and most importantly, it can be used as a raw material for producing polyester fibers and as also automotive antifreeze, right? But the concern with respect to this particular chemical is that it becomes poisonous if swallowed. Also, it affects central nervous system, then heart, and eventually kidneys. Right? Next, UNODC was in news because it has released a report named World Drug Report 2021. Right? The context or the question can be framed in this way. World Drug Report is released annually by, the option should be UNODC, that is United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Through this report, UNODC has emphasized how the lockdown limitations during COVID-19 have boosted drug trafficking throughout the internet. The report specifically uses the term drugs to refer to substances that are prohibited by international drug control treaties as well as their non-medical usage. Surprisingly, as per this report, during COVID lockdown times, drug users have increased by 22%, and not just COVID. Yes, I'm sorry. The as per this report, the number of drug users has been increased by 22% between 2010 and 2019, and this can be attributed in part to an increase in world population, right? So, and the majority of diseases linked to drug usage are still caused by opioids. This might be a relevant point, a potential point for UPSC to frame question. And from this particular slide, you should remember only two things. One is the World Drug Report has been released by which institution? That is United Nations Office on Drug and Crime. First thing, and second, majority of diseases or maximum diseases linked to drug usage are caused by which of the following products, or which of the following? It should be opioids. Next, please remember, UNODC was established in the year 1997. It works under the United Nations. It's a part of United Nations, and in this context, also remember that International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking is observed 26th June every year. It's observed on 26th June every year. And as per this report, that is World Drug Report 2021, India acts as a transit country for opiates, particularly for heroin and other illegal substances. And most countries reported an increase in cannabis consumption during COVID-19. With respect to India, the report says that India is wedged. It has become sandwiched between two of the world's primary opium production regions. One is called as Golden Crescent, and the other one is called as Golden Triangle. And this makes it very, very vulnerable to drugs trafficking. Golden Crescent includes Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran. Please remember, Golden Crescent includes Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran. Okay, and the Golden Triangle includes Vietnam, Laos, Burma, and Thailand. Right? This is Golden Triangle, and this is Golden Crescent. Crescent includes Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Triangle includes Burma, Laos, Vietnam, and Thailand. Next was the news about notifiable disease. The procedure to declare malaria a notifiable disease has been started by South Delhi Municipal Corporation. So what then is a notifiable disease? It is any illness that must be reported to the government officials by law, and it is referred to as the notifiable ailment. Right? So, what is the significance of declaring any disease as a notifiable disease? Please remember, it gives early notice of potential epidemics and also enables authorities to collect data to track the disease. Additionally, the procedure shall assist the government in keeping tabs and creating a strategy for eradication and control. Not just that, it also enhances knowledge of the burden and distribution of disease under the less infectious situations. So far, the center has reported a number of illnesses, including measles, cholera, encephalitis, leprosy, meningitis, pertussis, which is called as whooping cough, plague, tuberculosis, AIDS, and hepatitis as notifiable diseases. Also, with respect to notifiable diseases, the state government is responsible for reporting any ailment or carrying out any necessary measures. Right. Next, Global Hunger Index was in news. Global Hunger Index 2022. As per the latest rankings or latest report, India has been ranked 107 out of 121 countries. So the report ranks 121 countries, and out of these countries, India has been placed at 107. Right? The index was recently released by Worldwide and World Hunger Health. So, right, Concern Worldwide and World Hunger Health. The methodology which is used by this particular institution to rank the countries includes it provides scores based on the values of four components. Which are the four components? A direct question was asked in UPSC Prelims based on this particular topic. First one is undernourishment, and second one is child stunting. Third one is child wasting. Fourth one is child mortality. Right. Based on the score, countries are classified as low, moderate, serious, alarming, and extremely alarming. The GHI score, that is Global Hunger Index score, ranges from 0, which means no hunger, to 100, which means extremely hunger. Right? Some of the key findings with respect to India include India's GHI score increased from 28.2 in 2014 to 29.1 in 2022. And also, India falls behind all South Asian countries barring Afghanistan. Plus, India's child wasting rate is at 19.3%, which is the highest for any country in the world. 224.3 million people in India are considered to be undernourished. Also, child stunting and child mortality declined between 2014 and 2022, and mainly because of all these unscientific or insignificant or most unconcerned data released by GHI, India refuses to accept this data. It says this survey or this data used by for this survey have been really not so genuine, right? So as a result, India has been opposing. India has been always opposing to this global hunger index, right? So next is hunger hotspots. What is it? It's a report which was recently released by the World Food Program and the Food and Agriculture Organization. So the question can be like this: hunger hotspots, which is a report, was recently released by which of the following institutions? So it is World Food Program and as well as Food and Agriculture Organization. As per the latest report, that is 2021 Global Food Crisis Report, which was published in May 2021, it had already forewarned about acute food security, and it had already risen to 5-year high, and it was already affecting at least 155 million people in the year 2020 itself. So as per this report, in 23 nations, extreme food security will get worse between August and November 2021. Right? So as per this report, the newest highest alert hunger hotspots in the globe include Ethiopia and Madagascar. Also, the report notes that a terrible food crisis will happen in Ethiopia, and it will be caused by continuous fighting in the Tigray region. See, this can be a potential area. Please remember, if you're asked where is the Tigray area located, then the right answer would be Ethiopia. Alright. So in this context, please understand a few basic points related to the World Food Program. It is the leading humanitarian organization which is aimed at saving lives and changing lives, along with delivering food assistance in emergencies, as well as working with communities to improve nutrition and build resilience. It was founded in 1961 by the Food and Agricultural Organization and United Nations General Assembly, and the headquarters is in Rome, which is Italy. Most importantly, World Food Programme is a member of the United Nations Sustainable Development Group, and this United Nations Sustainable Development Group is a coalition of UN agencies and also organizations that are aimed at fulfilling the SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals, right? So WFP works in over 120 countries and territories to bring life-saving food to people with displaced by conflict, and also they are made destitute by disasters. Alright, so this was about today's class. I hope this class has been really helpful. So I shall be uploading the PDF version also. Please look for the PDF link in the description box below. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day.